Morning, namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry for the delay. I'm having some trouble with my microphone, so hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Instagram should be okay. It's Facebook that's a problem, but let's begin. As always, please practice according to your condition and your abilities, and respect your limitations. Remember, the practice is an offering, and so what you're feeling, what you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody as well. So practice in a way that is mindful and that will deliver the best experience possible. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes, bring the attention within. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings everywhere. Attune your mind to that supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more powerful, more meaningful, and even better than meditation, renounce all the fruits. Think of this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Just do it because it must be done. Let's begin with a mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, just channel the Guru through your voice. Imagine that the Guru is chanting through your voice. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. Just do your best. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabhaya Byantraha Sachihi. Let's start off with spiritual breathing in order to establish a deeper connection with the divine essence within. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly turned up. From the fingertips, inhale the best of the best down through the arms, right into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4. Feel yourself being flooded by all that goodness. 6, 7, 8. Hold it all in the spiritual heart. Hold the attention and the breath there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. It's just a breath that leaves. Everything that pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale down through the arms, right into spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, holding it all in the heart. Hold the attention and the breath there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale again out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale the best of the best. Feel it surging down through the arms right into the spiritual heart, a direct path to God who resides there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in a heart as an offering to God. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. Purifier pranayama. So this purifies the nadis, and when the nadis are purified and open, you're able to realize more for yourself. The more you can realize for yourself, the more you can share with others. Imagine you're bringing all the purifying effects all throughout the body, up the spine to the crown. On the exhale, imagine that all those impurities that reside within are being flushed out of the body with the breath. So for this technique, you're breathing in through both nostrils for 4 counts, for 4 counts, holding the breath for 12, and apply the throat in a root lock. On the exhale, you exhale for 8 counts. And through the exhale, just ensure that it's nice and even. Be completely empty by the 8th count. For the breath retention, for the root lock, imagine you're lifting the whole pelvic floor up towards the navel. Push the belly button into front of the spine, contract the buttocks. For the throat lock, breathe in deeply, raise the chest as you're inhaling, inflate the lungs. When you hold the breath, your chin comes down on the chest, your chest is high so that you don't have to hunch your back. You want to keep the back as straight as possible. The tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth will seal off the lock. The attention is at the center of the forebrow, the seat of divine perception. So let's begin. Left hand in Jnana Mudra, the mudra of consciousness on the left knee. Right hand, second and third fingers fold down towards the palm. Turn the palm towards you, thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril. So that's for the breath retention. Both nostrils are blocked. So begin. Breathe out completely to start. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. Plug both sides of the nose. Apply the throat in a root lock. 3, 4, 5, 6. All the attention to the space in the eyebrows, remember. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the left side. 2, 3, 4. Empty out the lungs completely. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again through both nostrils. Inflate the lungs, raise the chest. 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. All activity, the mind, the body, and emotions are as though they're frozen. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold the breath. Everything stops again. All activity, the mind, the body, and emotions. The mind can go into stillness. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out to the left side. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the right hand down. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and emotions. Get in the habit of pretending you're the witness. And when you become the witness, you can eventually lose all identification of the body, the mind, and emotions. These are not representative of the true self. So now let's stimulate the chakras. These are the centers of consciousness. There are 7 main ones located along the central psychic channel that runs coincident with the spine. So we're imagine you're opening them up, and they're like gates for the energy to pass all the way up through to the crown. It's said that when the energy reaches the crown, it may trigger divine bliss, but in order for it to do it, again, you have to be established in the ethical rules. The ethical rules, yama and niyama. So first and foremost, compassion. Always try to act in a way that doesn't take away the comfort and the happiness of others. So we're starting at the root of the spine. You visualize the colors associated with that center of consciousness as well. Starting through the spine, the color is red. So call and response, repeat after me, 2 sets of tones. Lam, 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 lam. Your turn. Lam, 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 lam. Next, go to the sacral area, the sacral chakra located a couple inches above the root of the spine. The color is orange. Vam, 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 vam. Repeat. Vam, 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 vam. Next is the navel chakra. The color is yellow. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Next, go to the heart. The color is green. Yum, 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 yum. Repeat. Yum, 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 yum. Next, the base of the throat, the color blue. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Next, the center of the forebrow, the third eye, the color is indigo. Om, 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 om. Om, 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 om. And finally, the crown. The color is violet. One long sustained om. Just allow the breath to carry the sound. Imagine all beings are feeling the vibrations through you. Inhale. Once again, the attention at the crown, the color violet. Inhale. Now we'll begin the asana practice. Take a moment to just reflect upon the highest self, which is always within, eternal, infinite, immutable, and stainless, residing in the center of the chest and right side of the physical heart, and equally present in all forms. So celebrate all the beautiful, magnificent ways that God's presence is here in this universe with us. Revere and love each and every form. Let's come to standing and begin the asana practice. We'll start off with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice and help to promote the release of impurities through just generating some heat. So first off, we're starting off by removing the impurities from the organs. Imagine that all of them are being shaken out of the organs as you do this. So the technique is you're going to inhale, exhale, hands on the knees, empty lungs completely. Keep the lungs empty, relax the belly muscles, and start to push the belly button in and out very, very rapidly. Feel the organs being shaken. Keep holding the breath out, but push the belly button into front of the spine. Feel as though the belly button's going right through the lower back and the heart right between the shoulder blades. And then coming back up. Breathe in, breathe out. So if you have the capacity to do so, you try to do at least 50 times really, really fast. If you can't do as long as I'm cueing it, just when you're ready, push the belly button in front of the spine. Okay, keep that's still on with the breath, the lungs empty. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, exhale, come down, empty the lungs, relax the belly muscles, and again, just make the belly button jump up and down, in and out. Push the belly button again into the front of the spine, hollow out the area underneath the rib basket. Release, come back up. Breathe in, and breathe out. So let's continue with some exercises now. Move the joints with vigor, do it with enthusiasm so that the guru within is more apt to share the knowledge with you when they sense the enthusiasm in the students. Starting with the head rolls, hands on the hips, just move the head around and around. And then go in the other direction. Remember, the guru, the teacher, is always within, residing in the heart, guiding us. Now inhale, arms up, exhale down. Continue. All the movements graceful and powerful. Inhale straight up with the arms, exhale, yank them down. Now in front of the body, inhale, reach out. Exhale, snap the hands back into the shoulders. Next, arm swings back and forth. Try to get the arms behind the ears. Next, arms across the chest. Throw the arms back. Alternate the cross each time the arms come across. First the left arm on top, then the right. Next, arms up over the head. Inhale. Exhale, throw the body down. Allow the belly to come flat the thighs. Just stay down here for a moment. Allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Good. Next. This one has a squat. So if you can't go down all the way, just go down as far as you can. Remember, be mindful of your knees, mindful of your joints. Raise your arms up, inhale. Exhale, drop your seat right down. As far as it will go down. Good, and then come back up. Arms out to the side, elbows about the height of the shoulders, and twist from side to side. So you can breathe out as you complete the twist. Turn your head all the way around. Look all the way around you. And back to the front. Next one, again, has a squat, also has a little bit of a jump. But if you can't jump because of your ankles or knees, you can just lift your heels. Any exercises you feel you can't do, then you can just skip. Just do your own, just do something else in place. So this one goes like this. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale spring up, exhale down. If you can't jump, you can also just lift your heels. Pretend you're Jack in a box. Up way high, then being pushed down back into the box and spring up again. Next, arms out in front, wrists the height of the shoulders, circle around backwards to the front again. Exhale, pull in, then punch right back out. Next, the same movement, but circle and a quarter. The arms start in the down position. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down right away. And then next. Open up the feet. The toes point out beyond the corners of the mat, beyond the edges of the mat. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the left. Continue. And then come back up. The same movement for the next exercise, except the breathing's different. Left arm up, inhale, hold the breath, bend to the right. Coming back up on the exhale. Inhale, right arm up. You can turn the toes towards the right a little bit, following the same lines as the rest of your leg. And then exhale, come back up. Left arm up, bend to the right again. Stretch, lean into it. And then coming back up. Pivot on your right foot, go to the left now. And then come up. Try to keep both sides by as long as possible. The underside of the body included. So try to keep that side of the body without wrinkles if you can. And coming up. Lose yourself in the movement. Imagine your grass bending in the wind. Move in a way that is soft and fluid, just like you move in your dreams, quietly, so as not to disturb the mind or bring it into a state of agitation. Again, avoiding going to a place of pain and suffering, as this is not what you want to transmit to anybody else. Stretch. Good, one more on each side. Reach up the left arm, bend to the right, elongate from the toes all the way to the fingertips of the left side. Coming back up, same thing on the going as you go to your left. Stretch the whole right side of the body. And then break the pose, come back up. Come onto the knees and hands now for cat-cow. The hands underneath your shoulders, your knees about hip-width apart. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch the back of the neck and the back body. Inhale, stretch the front of the body. Exhale. Inhale. The shoulder blades come towards another. Exhale, they separate. Inhale. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. The trunk out of the hips. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open up the throat. Exhale, as the chin comes back into your chest. Continue to ensure that you can still breathe. Don't cut off the air passage. Inhale. Exhale, imagine you're trying to just create a little bit of space in your chin and your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Sometimes the body needs a little bit more time to warm up in the morning. Exhale. And if you live in the cold weather, cold climate place, all the more reason to warm up. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Next one, working the hips. So we're raising our right leg up on the inhale and swinging it out to the right and throwing it back up there. If you need to modify, you can bend your knee. It can slow down the movement. And then back down with the other leg now. Left leg up, inhale, swing out to your left. Next, come onto the belly. So you can use a cushion underneath your body so that your hips don't grind down into the ground. The bottom of the cushion, the bottom edge of the cushion, just at the top of the legs. If you can, you join your hands behind your back, and as you come up, you squeeze the palms together. Engage the buttocks and your upper back. So press the tops of the thighs and the tops of the feet down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Up. Down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Up. Down. Imagine trying to get your hands over your feet. Up. Down. 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 This time we're going to hold it. Up. And down. Relax. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. So next one. We're going to work the thighs a little bit in the core. So stand on your knees. So there's a few different options for the arms. The easier one is your hands across the chest or on your seat. You can have your palms facing down or fingers facing down. It's all good. Or if you're strong, you can have your arms over the head or cactus arms. So you're just going to inhale, reach up. If you have your hands over the head, you can have your hands together. Hold your breath, go back. And exhale, come back up. So you have to really engage your core and your buttocks and your thighs. Roll the thighs inwards. Inhale, reach up. Hold the breath, go down. Come back up. Exhale. Inhale again, stretch. Go back. And come back up. Keep going. So maybe you don't go down all legs too far. Just go as far as you can. Try to keep your body long. As you get stronger and stronger, you might be able to go down further. Eventually, your head might be your fingers might be just hovering just above the ground. Really press down through your shins and the tops of your feet. Again, stop when you need to. Two more. And then back up. Take a moment in child's pose. Feet on your heels. Forehead down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax everything. Next one. Let's move back a little bit. So this is a slide. This has 4 movements. Inhale, come up into high cat. Round your back. Exhale, drop your hips in your hands. Chest forward, head back. Inhale back up into high cat. Exhale, seat behind your heels. Come up, inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale. Exhale. Fluid movements like a wave, and powerful movements like a wave coming out of the water, reaching its full height, and then starting to crest and diminish, and then eventually disappears back in the water. Inhale, again, come up. Exhale, move in a way that doesn't create a big fold across the lower back or the back of the neck. Inhale. Try to elongate the trunk out of the hips and the neck out of the shoulders. Come up, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, try to make the spine a continuous line of energy. So inhale. Exhale, no interruptions in the flow of the energy that goes through it. And back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Inhale. Exhale and coil gracefully. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Imagine you can see right into the body. The skin is transparent. Up and back. Watch the movement of the spine. Inhale. A graceful curve. Exhale. No kinks, no sharp angles anywhere. Up and back. And one last time. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back up. And exhale, back. Rest for a minute, breathe in. Exhale, remove all fatigue, all tension. Next one, we're going to glide into a cobra pose. If you can't glide, there's a modification. You can just come up into baby plank and drop your hips to your hands. Push your shoulders back, allow the head to go back. Try not to lose your neck. Telescope your neck out of the shoulders. Hold the breath, hold the pose here. Exhale back. So whole entry is done on the inhale. Same as same breathing as if you're gliding. If you're gliding, come forward between your arms, brush your nose to the ground, come up, and then hold the breath. Everybody holds on a cobra. Exhale back. And come forward again. Imagine you're trying to drag the floor towards you. Pull with your hands. Propel the body forward with more power with more power. And back, exhale. Come forward again. If you can turn your fingers out and pull your arms inside the body, this will also help the movement to go through the arms, between your arms and back. Exhale. Inhale again, come forward. Make like a snake creeping through the grass and then coiling majestically. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. See yourself in the form. Imagine how that boundless range of motion of the serpent. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless, embody all their qualities. And back, exhale. 3 times blessed are those who can imitate the forms on all levels. Come forward, hold the breath, hold the pose. And back, exhale. So now we're working more joints at the same time. So first the fingertips. Lift the palms, press into your fingertips. Open up the legs. Bring the toes up towards the head. And back, exhale. Doesn't matter if your toes don't touch. Just get used to the motion. Working multiple joints at the same time. Try to have your hips right behind your hands. Squeeze imaginary socks behind your knees. And back. Keep your hips on the ground. It's not an upward facing dog. If your hips are off the ground, it's going to be hard to get your feet up very high. So push into your fingertips. Keep your hips down. Telescope your whole upper body out of the hips. Come forward again. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Your hips have to be right behind your hands. And back, exhale. when you take your hand to give yourself a little bit more height, a little bit more power as well. There's lots of power in your fingertips. But eventually you might not even have to lift your palms at all. Come forward and up. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. Child's pose, breathe in, breathe out. So now come forward onto the belly and then slip over onto your back. So raise your arms over the head, stretch out the body on the inhale, exhale, close it in. Knees to your shoulders, chin between your knees. Inhale, extend, and then exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, close it in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lengthen, hollow out the navel. Lengthen out the area as well underneath the rib basket. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, extend. This time, pull the knees right in towards your shoulders. Hold the breath the same moment that you're holding the breath as you come into the tuck. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up. And you're holding breath as you're holding the tuck. Try to peel your shoulders up off your knees. Use your elbows to press into the sides of the knees. One hand in, you can have one hand from the other. Try to get your forehead to your hands. Release. If your head doesn't touch your hands, don't worry. Keep doing your best. Reach. Hold the breath. Tuck. Bring your attention to the center of the forehead, regardless of whether your forehead's touching your hands or not. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath. Everything stops. All movements. Release, exhale. Inhale. Hold and tuck. The mind goes quiet when the body stops fidgeting. Release, exhale. Inhale, extend. Hold the breath and tuck very tightly. Release the thighs pressing into the belly. Helps to massage your organs. Reach. Hold the breath and tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale, you want to keep the insides of the body, the systems that animate the body, healthy and radiantly healthy as well. Hold the breath, hold the pose. Release, exhale. One more. Inhale, extend. Then hold, come into the tuck. And release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale again. Remove all fatigue, all efforts. So now rolling back and forth just to massage the spine a little bit. So you can just take hold of the back of the knees, bend your shoulders and your knees together again, and just roll up a few times. Or if you have more flexibility and strength, you can extend your arms, your legs, go all the way back into plow. Push your hands down, bring your feet all the way back behind your head, bring your legs back down as soon as the heels touch down. See if you can keep your heels anchored as you sit up and drape your body over your legs. And if you can, keep your legs and arms straight. Use your core to pull your body up. Again, according to your condition, it's perfect wherever you are. You'll eventually have the chance to experience everything. With each passing life, you go further and further in every sense. But do your best to go as far as you can in this life, so that each time you're shortening, the time to get to your journey to self-realization. Good. Let's do one more after this one. Nice fluid movements. Try to move without any jerky movements or any loud movements. So again, the idea is to keep the mind quiet, the same temperament always. This time needs to come down. Bend your knees as you're coming down. Touch your feet and roll your way back up. And then make your way to the front of the mat for Surya Namaskara. Okay, so come to the front of the mat. And then from here, hands to the heart. Keep on offering up the practice. Imagine we're together physically, moving like a school of fish, all together, stay in a collective mind of offering. Raise arms up over the head, arch back, and go down. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank, knees, chest, forehead down. Come right through between your hands. If you can, lift your hips and knees away from the ground, upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you feel to keep your hips down, if that's better for you. Right foot forward. If that's difficult transition, lower the back knee first, left knee. Use your right hand to push the foot forward between your hands. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up, stretch the whole front of the body. Back home. Engage your buttocks and your upper back as you go back. And go down. Don't worry about the breath. Move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power, grace, and ease. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Push into your hands. Upward facing dog or cobra again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All the transitions seamless, like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Left foot forward. Feet together, seat all the way up as much as you can. Just the belly stays with your thighs. Keep your knees if you need to. Keep your knees bent if you need to. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. And then come back home. Pranamasana. Raise your arms up. Keep going. Move forward in every sense. Not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. Right foot back. Have a strong desire to transform, to evolve. Plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down, right through into upward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward, feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back, and then back home. Left side now, keep on going. Go down. Left foot back. Plank, down we go. Swim right through between your arms. Upward facing dog. Don't lose your neck. Keep your neck long, telescoping out of the shoulders. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. So as you're coming forward also, try to move your shoulders forward so the foot lands softly. No big heavy thumps on the ground. Feet together. Just do your best though. Come up. Modify again according to your condition. Hands back to the heart. Adding on now, reach up. As you go down, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs, push your belly in, and then enter your thighs, bring your hands up over your shoulders if you can. Right foot back, lower down a knee. You can keep your toes bent if that's easier for you to make a transition into Kapiyasana. Arms over the head, behind the head maybe even. Bring your hands back down. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now raise the right leg up, send it between your hands. Again, shoulders come forward over the fingertips, the foot lands lightly. Drop your seat down, Kapiyasana, reach up and back. Toes pointed or bent under. Swing your hands behind the back, feet together. Hold the breath as you bring your foot forward so that, again, moves are controlled. Come all the way up, reach up and back. And then back home, hands to the heart. Go up. Go down, belly on your thighs, push your seat up, try to get your seat eventually over your heels. Left foot back into Kapiyasana. And then right back into high plank. Down and through we go. Upward facing dog or Bhujangasana, cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up. Send the foot between the hands. Wherever you are in your practice is perfect. As long as you stay with the intention of offering up the practice and trying your best. Swing your hands behind the back, hold the breath. The right foot comes forward. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then back home, Pranamasana. Always coming back to the source of divine love. Infuse all the movements with love and devotion. As you come down, bend your knees, belly on your thighs, seat coming, trying to get over your heels, legs straighten. The best that you can. Right foot back. Kapiyasana. So you can get your hands behind your head, drop your shoulders down, push your lower back up and in. And then right through into upward facing dog again. Into any transition you like, or using any transition you like. Then Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg up, send the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down seat, reach up and back. With constant practice, the body learns to move more efficiently, more powerfully. Feet together, Uttanasana. If your legs are straight, try to get your forehead right against your shins. Head close to your feet. Go up and back home, hands to the heart. Move like a shapeshifter, gracefully and fluidly. Transition seamlessly like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Uttanasana. Left foot goes back. Reach up, Kapiyasana. Pull the body back away from the front thigh. And then come back into high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back, lean away from the front leg. Swing your hands behind your back. Hold your breath. The feet come together. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And back home. So we'll do 4 more. A different variation. If you can jump back, you can jump back into Chaturanga, or you can just walk back. And you don't stop in between, you keep going. So raise your arms up, reach up and back. Come down. Hands on the ground, press into your hands. Bend your elbows as you're jumping back, hovering just above the ground. Or on your belly if you need to. Walk back again, that's always an option. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now getting ready to come forward, jumping or walking, and come right up. Hasta Uttanasana, right back down into Uttanasana. 3 more. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold your breath as you jump forward, and then go back, right back down again. Remember, bend your elbows as you're going down. Try not to jump back in a big jarring movement. Land with control. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feet to the hands. Reach up and back. Go right back down again. Land softly. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feet to the hands. Reach up and back. Hands to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath. Imagine all the love that you put up there is going out to all beings everywhere, like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale back down to the heart. Release the arms. Remember, we love all beings, for God is within each and every one. So standing on your left foot now, let's go into some poses. Bring the right foot up into tree pose. The foot against the inseam of the leg. If you can't get up there, that's okay. Just not against the knee, either above or below, or maybe even on the ground if you're having trouble balancing. If you have a lotus, you can bring your knee up to your shoulder, turn the sole of the foot up, and press the edge of the foot, outside edge of the foot against the top of the left leg. Those of you who have a bind can go ahead to the lotus. If you have a lotus, right arm goes behind your back. Use the left hand to guide the hand to your foot. Maybe take hold of the foot, and you can bring your left hand in Jnana Mudra. Or you can just bring arms up. Reach up, stand tall, and steady. If the wind comes around, if you start to wobble a little bit, that's okay. If you fall, that's still okay. Just come right back up. The important thing again is the effort, not the result. Now from here, let's go into another one, Natarajasana, another version, dancing Shiva. Take your leg up off your left thigh if you can. Bend your left knee. And if you can, let the foot float there. If it's too much, keep it on your thigh, just like that, okay? And then the left hand in front, on top of the right hand. Keep your elbows level. Try not to allow the elbows to drop. Make as though you're holding a big ball in front of you as well. Create space, shoulders back over your hips. Now from here, press into your left foot, swing the right leg back, open your arms up, be like an angel with those magnificent wings. If you can look up. If you have trouble bouncing, just bring your toes back to the ground. And then bring the right foot back down. So if you're having trouble bouncing, just keep your toes planted on the ground like so, okay? So next side, standing on the right foot, bring the left foot again, press the toes, the heel and the toe pads, the base of toes into the thigh for balance. Again, you can do your lotus. If you're taking lows, trying to take the bind, lean down a little bit, left arm goes behind the back. You can use your right hand to guide your hand to the foot and then come back up. Try to have your knee pointing down, your right hand to the heart, or again, take other variations with your hands. Stand tall, steady. Then release the foot, take the foot. If you can, try to have it about the height of the knee. Bend your right knee, work the hips a little bit, let the leg float, or again, keep it on your right thigh. Your hands, your wrists, and your elbows in the same line. Try not to allow this type of thing to happen. Good. Now press into the right foot, send the left leg back, open up your arms like you open yourself up to divine grace, always ready to serve. Surrender to divine service. Take your head up and back. Break the pose, left foot comes back down. Let's try another one. Go back to the back of the mat. Arms out to the side. Left foot forward. Hinge at the hips. Bring your belly and your thighs. If you need to start with your hands on the ground, that's all fine. Raise the right leg up. Then eventually you can take your hands up, palms facing down. Make like you're an eagle gliding down from a great height at great speed. Visualize in your mind and become what you see in your imagination. See if you can arch your back a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. The chin comes forward. The foot stays higher than the hip if you can. Now bring your left hand down, fingertips on the ground, not too close to the foot, about 14 or 16 inches away, and turn to the right. Try to line up your shoulders and your hips one on top of the other. Fingers together, toes pointed. Ardha Chandrasana. Now from here, if you can, bend your left knee. If you can take your foot from here, you can go ahead, but I find it's easier sometimes to bend your left knee. Bring your right knee back in towards your belly so you can take hold of the leg close to the ankle, right on top. And then push your foot all the way up and back if you can. So sometimes this is what we can manage. That's okay, but eventually just keep on pushing foot away if you can. Shoulders back. If you have good balance, you can even take your left hand up off the ground onto the heart. The hip is in line with your heel. Those who can, take your left hand to your foot as well. Break the pose. Bring the right foot back down. Lift the heels, bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, and then push your seat up. Keep your belly with your thighs. If you need to keep your knees bent, all good. If your legs are straight, the whole body glued against the front of the legs. Push your seat up as high as you can. Release, keep your head down as you come back up. So now going on to the other side. Right foot forward, come down, bend your right knee, your belly on your thigh, and start to take your left leg up. Again, you can start with your hands on the ground if that's how you can get into pose with more ease. Whatever happens, just dance with it. Be unconcerned, unbothered. Just keep trying. Now bring your right fingertips down in front of your right foot. If you're having trouble opening up, you can either have a block underneath your hand or even come onto your, bring your right shin down on the ground. You can always find some modification that suits your condition. Reach up, toes pointed. And you can stay here, you can bend your leg, take hold of the left foot, bend your right knee again, anchor the right foot down, bring your right knee close into your belly, take your leg just above the ankle and see if you can push it back and up. The knee comes up and eventually try to push the foot away from your seat as well. Open up, it should feel like a bow pose, stretch the whole front of the body. Open up the chest. And if you can, make sure your hip is over the heel, hold the breath, take your right hand to your heart, or maybe even to the foot. Pull the heel in towards the seat first, and then push the foot back up and out. Break the pose, hands back down on the ground, left foot comes beside the right, lift the heels and slip your hands underneath your heels again. Push your seat all the way up, your shoulders right on your knees, but try to get your chest below the knees. And come back up. Good. So now stand in the middle of the mat, facing out along the edge of the mat. Separate your feet, jumping or walking. Turn to your left. Bend your left knee. Maybe slide your feet a little bit further apart if you're more flexible. And if you have no issue with your knees, your knee can be over the toes. Make sure you're not popping it in though. Make sure that the knee is over the two middle toes. Look over the front hand. So depending on your flexibility, maybe it's more like this. Try as much as possible to have your seat on the same line as your knee. Or deeper. Be strong and mighty like the warrior. Always steadfast in your duty. Now from here, turn forward, the back knee down, flatten out the toes. Kapiyasana, bring the arms up again, back behind the head if you can. Arms beside the ears, try not to bend the arms. Think of a crescent moon shape. No, there's continuities along that beautiful curve. Push the lower back up and in. If it's too much, you can take hold of your opposite elbows, allow your head to rest in your hands, or even hands on the knee. Push into your knee, allow the body to drop back away from the leg. So wherever you are is perfect. Or hands on your seat, use your heels, the palms to push the seat down and lift the rib basket up. Take all the wrinkles out of the skin underneath your hands. So many great ways to do this pose. Open up the heart in every sense. Now from here, coming back from the pose, the hands to the inside of the left foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Bend the toes under, scooch back and forth a few times. Just try to get your hips to drop further and further. Push one more time to the right heel as far back as you can. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your hips are too high from the ground, just stay on your hands and just keep sinking down. And keep telescoping your head and chest forward. If your hips are low enough, see if you can fall onto your right forearm and then roll back to your left. Both sides of your hips are equally close to the ground. Your knee stays with your shoulder. So try to avoid doing this kind of thing. This indicates the foot's too close to the body. Or this. So try to have your shin vertical. If you're very low on the ground, your arm can come to the outside of the foot. You can even, when your hips are down, bring the belly and the chest and your chin down. Your hand can come onto the foot, the armpit against the ankle. Be still like a lizard, not not a care in the world, just sunning itself on a warm earth. Now come back up. Slide your left foot back in. Bend the toes under and the back foot. Your legs should look like a box. You should be able to lift your left foot up easily. Parivita Pauskanasana. The right arm up, ankle the toe to knee towards the right. Push it out of the way to make space for the right arm to come down on the outside. The arm up, back of the shoulder against the outside of the knee, maybe in the armpit on the outside of the knee. Left hand on the right hand. Or fist. The fist allows you to push a little bit further, harder down in the hand. You want to try to raise the body up at the same time, and at some point the center of the chest will come behind your hands, or the thumbs of your hands in Anjali Mudra. If you can, take the back knee up. If you can also, go into a bind. Turn more to your left, use your left hand if you need to assist the right hand underneath. Bend your fingers in towards the inside of the wrist. Left arm goes over the back. Join your hands underneath your belly and your thigh, and then take your left shoulder all the way back. Break the pose, come back to face the middle, or the long edge of the mat again. Roll your way up, then go to the other side. Right foot forward, Virabhadrasana. Keep your arms on the same line. So make sure your back arm is not dropping. If you're very low on the ground, see if you can graze the ground with your fingertips. Eventually, that's how low you want to go. Look over the front hand. Again, demonstrate the strength, the courage, and the determination of the warrior. All those qualities are already within. You just have to turn them on. Lower the back knee down. Drop your seat right towards the front heel. Go into your Kapiyasana now. Radiate your light from within like the light moon reflects the light of the sun. Pull your torso out of the hips. Imagine your arms start at the hips, pulling everything up and out. Reach back. Break the pose into lizard. Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat to give yourself a little bit of space for the body to come down right beside it on the left side of the right foot. And then push back one more time through the left heel, lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. You can take your position here. Maybe you stay on your hands. Try to keep your hips down and your chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body will come closer to the ground. Eventually, maybe you can come right down onto your left forearm, roll back to the right. Keep telescoping your head and chest out of the hips, your head and chest forward. Make like you're doing a transition from on your belly into cobra. Try to flatten out down. The hips are very heavy. They're like the anchor of the body. The rest of the body will come down with it eventually. Come back on your hands. Slide your right foot in, coming upright. Again, see if you can pick up your right foot. Anchor in place, bend the toes under and the back foot. This is for helps with balance. Left arm up, angle the toe to knee towards the left into your Parivrita Pauskanasana. Right hand pushes into your left. Push very hard again. As you're pushing down, the body comes up, send the chest comes to your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back. You can come into bind from here if you like. Go more, turn as much as possible to the right. Bend your fingers in towards your wrist. Again, you use your right hand to come assist your left arm under. Your elbow has to be in a space underneath your leg. And then you can see if you can pick up your back knee up off the ground. This you can do without the bind as well, taking your knee up off the ground. Just push through the back heel. Keep the back leg active. Break the pose, come back. Step the right foot back beside your left into plank. So we're going to Vasisthasana now. Move on to your left hand and turn to the right. Just spin on your feet If you're sagging your hips down, you're starting to sink into your shoulder, bring your left knee down. You can do it from here. Be careful of your joints. Come back to plank. Go on the other hand now. Go to the right. Just turn on your feet. You're on edge of the feet, straight line from the heels to the head and from hand to hand. Your hands a little bit in front of the shoulder. Keep the right arm again fully extended. Don't drop into the shoulder. If you try not to drop into the shoulder. Come back into plank. Let's do one more round. If you need to, you can lower down the knees just for a moment. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back up and then go into the next one. So on your left hand again, turn to the right. If you have a variation, you can go ahead. Perhaps you can raise your right leg up and float it. Or you can slide your toes back. Turn on your left foot at the same time as you slide your foot back. Your toes end up in the same line as the rest of your leg. Make sure the inside edge of the foot is down and push your hip all the way forward and up. And from this position, with your inside edge foot down, your toes the same line as the leg, you give yourself more ability. The foundation need to take the right foot up off the ground. If you can, take the knee or maybe even the foot if you're flexible. Break the pose, come back to plank, go on the other hand. Keep like the witness, watching the body moving gracefully. Yet to see yourself in a practice you're trying to attain. With constant practice, angry determination, and adherence to ethical rules, everything is possible. You might need to bring your foot in a little bit closer in order for the inside edge of the foot to come down. And again, don't turn the foot too much because it's you have to turn the toes in the same line as the rest of the leg, otherwise it's going to be hard to anchor down the inside edge of the foot as well. This will help you find a steadiness. Take your knee up, hold the knee or the foot, push your hip all the way up. Break the pose. Come back into downward facing dog this time. Push your seat back, your head down. So from here, in inversion, you can even just stay here in downward facing dog or take your forms down, come into dolphin. Your hands together, and if you want to make it a little bit more dynamic and work your core a little bit, you can just come forward, your chin over your fingertips and back. If you want to go into headstand, this is your time to do it. Make sure your elbows are not too far apart. Just lower your knee down for a moment. Sit back on your heels and make sure that when your elbows are underneath your shoulders and you can hold the outside of the arms easily. If you're too far apart, especially at the beginning, it's going to be hard to balance. So give yourself a little bit more of a base, a wide base, a triangular base. Your head comes into the palms, back of the head is cushioned by the hands. Walk your feet as close to your elbows as possible. Even here, you can just lift your heels. You don't even have to lift your feet up off the ground. Try to get your seat up as high as possible and your heels lift. Your thighs come close to the belly, your hips come more in line with your shoulders. You set yourself up to eventually take, for the feet to come up. Sometimes they might want to come up by themselves. One foot goes behind your back if you can, and then perhaps play with trying to get your toes up off the ground on the front leg. Don't jump too hard, otherwise you might just land on your back. So just do it mindfully. Bring your feet as close to your elbows as possible so that your hips are already in the right place for the foot to come up and find a balance. Keep pushing through the back foot. Keep your legs very bent when you're starting so that you make yourself more compact. It's easier to balance. If you know what you're doing, you can come all the way up with your legs. The kinglet poses. Bring your mind into stillness. Bring your attention to the space in your eyebrows. Now starting to make your descent. You can split your legs again as you're coming down. Come down with control, quietly, into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. And roll your way back up. Take your legs out in front. And then if you're at the back of the mat, you might want to scooch forward to the front so you can roll back into plow pose. Your seat right at the front of the mat. You might need a few rolls to come back. So get a little bit of momentum. Hold the backs of the knees. Try to get your legs up and your seat up as high as you can so that you can have your hands on your back and then your feet will stay behind your head. Stay in your plow pose. It might be with your seat, that your seat is behind your shoulders and you stay here with your knees on your shoulders, or if you can, go back a little bit more with your feet. Your seat will come over your shoulders. If your feet come all the way down, you can bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, try to pull your arms all the way behind your back so you can't see them from in front of you. And you can stay here or bring your hands on your back and bring one leg up at a time. Try to have your toes in line with your chin. Allow the veins of the legs to rest, as Dharmaji says. Go into stillness. Bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. Practice concentration, one pointedness of mind. If the mind starts to wander, be unconcerned, unjudging. Just keep bringing your mind back, keep on trying. Now, without losing that point of focus, come back to plow pose with control. No jerky movements, no false crash landings. Feet behind your head. You can keep your legs extended and straight or bring your thighs against your body on either side of the belly, your knees on either side of the head. If this is too much, you can do happy baby pose. Just bring your seat all the way down and take hold of the edges of your feet from the outside to inside and just bring your knees down on either side of your body. If you're in plow pose now, bring your hands behind your back, palms down. Keep your legs close to your bodies coming down. Again, control the descent so it's controlled. Your legs coming down at an even speed. Your legs coming all the way down. And just short of touching the ground, lift your back up. If your hands are not underneath the seat, you can try to move your hands a little bit underneath your seat. You're sitting on your wrists. If you're strong, you can keep your legs up about 45 degrees. Lift your chest, the top of the head comes down. If it's too much, bring your feet all the way down for fish. Lift your chest as high as you can, bring the top of the head down. Breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. Lower the head back down and break the pose. Relax. Breathe in. Exhale, imagine you fainted. Now from here, see if you can roll coming out of the vision of the camera. So roll your back into plow pose if you can, even just halfway. Take hold of your legs or the backs and knees, or maybe even the ankles or the big toes. And see if you can sit right up into boat pose. If you're flexible and strong, try not to bend your legs in between. At the same time, also try not to touch your feet in between in the transition. So take a deep breath in, hold the breath. Come right back up into boat pose. Pull the legs close to your body. If you need to, you can bend your knees. Your arms come both sides of the body. Breathe very fast. If you can keep your legs straight. Breathe through the nose. Bring the feet back down. From here, you can scoot your seat back a little bit. Raise your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Hinge your body down onto your legs, your body on your thighs. Take hold of your feet. Just keep on pushing your chest forward, like trying to get your chest beyond your knees. Belly stays with your thighs. If you have tight hamstrings, you can stay right here. Hug your legs to your body. If you can get your legs straight without detaching your body from the thighs, go ahead. Stretch your body out. Imagine trying to get the top of the head to reach the feet. Slowly come back up. Hands behind the back. Slide your feet in, your toes and your fingers pointing out beyond towards corners of the mat. Push your hips up. If you have the wrist issues, you can just stay with your seat down. Just lift your chest, allow the head to go back. If you're in bench pose, try not to allow your body to sag in between your knees and your shoulders. Keep your hips up, your chest higher than the shoulders, the head level with the rest of the body. Again, breathe very fast, make the belly jump. Lower the seat down. From here, the feet stay together, right and knees stay together, right hand behind the back, left arm up. Go to the right. Push the lower back up and in. Each time you inhale, stretch up higher. Each time you exhale, go deeper into the twist. Feel the twist starting at the base of the spine, moving all the way up the body, up the back. Try to get your chin in line with your shoulders eventually, your right shoulder. Come back to the front, left hand behind the back, right down the back, so try not to lean back. This doesn't do very much. And it doesn't allow you to realize the twist to a fuller extent. Keep your back straight. Turn to your left. Push your knees beyond the right edge of the body. The chest is nice and open. The belly is being squeezed by the thighs a little bit. Break the pose. Lie down on the back. And just rest the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go of all fatigue. Let go of all tension and all efforts. Allow the body to just melt. All the muscles feel as though they dissolved. The body sinking into the ground. Surrender in every sense, physically. Let go of all the tension. Mentally. Let go of all mental barriers as well that prevent you from really being receptive to receiving everything. As a result of offering up your practice and your efforts, you attract good outcome, you attract good karma. Receive everything with gratitude, knowing that it's coming from all around you. There's so many beings doing the same thing as you are. And keep on giving, even here, back to all beings, by just sending all your love right to the spiritual heart where God resides, and as God is equally present in all forms. Everything that you offer to God, you offer to all beings. The transformative power of this practice is to offer to beings all your love and compassion, to take away the focus on just yourself, and to recognize that we're all part of this greater, infinite, divine soul. A sign of self-realization is when we see God everywhere, when we see the divine everywhere. No separation. Continue in this mindset of offering, even in your day-to-day lives. It doesn't stop. The yoga doesn't stop. The adherence to the ethical rules doesn't stop when you leave the mat. It continues in your day-to-day lives. Continue to offer to others through your actions, thoughts, and words in a positive way, in a loving way, so as to transmit always love and compassion. So with that intention firmly set in our mind and hearts, let's prepare to put that into practice. Come back to seated position now. We'll close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace deep within, send out to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All's within. Thank you for joining. If you feel like you need to do more Shavasana, then I invite you to do that to allow further integration of what you just, all the benefits that you brought in. So enjoy your day, and I hope to see you soon. Much love.